because it is our goal, it is our purpose to help change lives. And I'm on the line tonight to just introduce to you all our amazing national director, Miss Karen Wharton. But before I do that, allow me to say I know that they had a phenomenal, and how do I know? Because I was able to see it today, thanks to Miss Christine Holtman, who recorded. They had a phenomenal Super Saturday today in Chicago. But you know what? We have one coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina on February 23rd. And Mr. Birchfield is going to be in the house, and he is going to bring the fire. Not only will he be there, but Miss Jackie Birchfield will be there. Miss Angela Jackson will be there. Coach K will be there. I will be there. And if you have any friends, family in the Charlotte, North Carolina or surrounding areas, you know what? We want you to invite them so that they too can be in the house, because we are changing lives. And so February 23rd, mark your calendars. We have tickets on Eventbrite. Go there. The tickets are $10 online, $15 at the door. All guests are free. So yes, please make sure, because we want to pack the house out. We want to get this information in front of as many people as we possibly can. So here we are, and I'm here to introduce to you all and to present to others our National Director, Karen Coach K Wharton, aka Wonder Woman and all that good stuff. She is absolutely amazing, a phenomenal trainer, teacher, leader. She is a lover of people. It is her goal to build business with her business partners, and to have 10 documented IBOs within the next 12 months. She's been back in this business now for 6 months and has been absolutely amazing. She is a six-figure earner in corporate America, where she has had for the past 20 years been the CEO of her own company, a computer consulting firm. But you know what? Coach K believes in helping people, and so therefore anything that she can do to help transform the lives of others, she's all about that. She is a mother, she's a wife, she is just amazing. She is a trainer by nature. So when I tell you she knows that back office like the back of her hand, I'm telling you, she absolutely does. And she knows that the only way that you can build business strong is you cannot do it alone. But it takes a group of people coming along with you, and she's doing just that. She's bringing her team up. So, Coach K, are you on the line?
I am on the line. I'm glad that you all can hear me. We want to ask that everybody put themselves on mute. And Tamoria, if you could just mute out the lines for us. Because we don't want this information to go on.
Oh, shit.
Director, guys, take your hats off to her. She is wonderful. She manages my entire left side, which is an awesome feat. She is a trainer as well. Very, very instrumental in our team. We would not be where we are. I would not have the title that I have without her support. So we just want to thank you, Kamoria, for always being a servant leader on this team. Now, guys, I just want to talk to you about you right now, because you're simply amazing. You could be anywhere else. We know that it's Super Bowl weekend, and we've had Super Saturday with our own business, and everybody is getting tired and slowing down. But how many of you realize that money never sleeps? Never sleeps. So the fact that you are here today really proves that you are ready for Millionaire Conversations, because that's exactly what we're about to have tonight. I want to tell you a little bit about who I am. You know, I'm, Karen Wharton. I am Coach K. I have my own computer consulting firm, was on 4 planes a week to make money for that company. I got very little sleep. I had a weight loss surgery because I got on a plane and they offered me an extender. I was so embarrassed, I didn't know what to do. So I had a choice. My first choice was to pay $300 to $1,000 for a first class ticket, so I would never be embarrassed again. And then I decided to do something about it. Well, the $24,000 weight loss surgery helped me lose exactly 2 pounds. So how many of you realize that didn't work? I started scouring the internet, and I had a friend offer me this pack of tea. And I said, well, I've tried everything else. let me try this. And in my first week, I didn't lose 5 pounds in 5 days. I lost 7.5 pounds. I was sold. I said, I know there's more. Give me everything you got, because I was at a point where enough was enough. When I looked at myself, I went to shop to get some clothes, and I was still in the 20s and the 22s, and I got all the way down to size 14, and I was like in the dressing room crying because I had that moment where I literally felt like I had stepped out of myself. Not just because I could wear a smaller size, but because I knew that I had taken charge of my health. And I'm not at my desired weight yet, but I am so much more healthy now that I have gotten some of that weight off. And it's not just me alone. As you can see, we have beautiful people who were beautiful before, but now they are beautiful and more healthy. We got Angela from Chicago, who's lost over 100 pounds. We've got Melinda from Florida, who's lost over 100 pounds. We've got our own leader here who's lost weight. And it doesn't matter whether you want to lose a little or a lot. We've got couples. We've got children, all demographics. It does not matter. Our products work when you work them. So it all started, guys, and I know you've heard a lot of stories about things starting in a basement. And I think this is really phenomenal, because this story truly started in a basement. That is Mr. Jack Fallon. He used to work for the Ford Motor Company. Guess what? They started in a garage. So it's something about people having an idea and pushing the idea forward. That's exactly what he did. And that basement, as you can see, isn't finished. It's just the basement under his home. So he ran a business in his basement while he raised his family on the first floor. That is simply amazing. And he didn't do it alone. He did it with Mr. John Licari, who was there with him in the beginning, and is still there now. And if you look at our leadership, you're going to realize that most of the individuals he started with, they're still with him. That says a lot about his character, guys. But one of the leaders, oh my goodness, that's in this business and has been for almost 5 years is our leader, our Team Shaw leader, sharing health and wealth, Mr. Philip Birchfield. He is simply amazing. A $9 million earner now. I can tell you this about this man. He is the most humble millionaire that I've ever met, and I've been around many. He believes that you can get further when you help your team. If you don't worry so much about what you're going to get, but if you make sure the people that serve you serve with you, get what they want, you will absolutely get what you want. And not only is he a global in this company, he is a super global, because he has helped other globals promote. These 4 individuals are just the beginning of his reign of globals. And I want you to take a look at this one in the corner. This is Miss Jackie Birchfield. This is his daughter. She is 25 years old. She is not the youngest global on our team. She is the youngest global in TLC. And it's not because she's got her daddy's last name. It's because she understands that comp plan and she followed the right cat. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what you're going to be a part of. Our vision just stands in itself with our timeline. In 1999, we were founded. 2002, we were incorporated. We launched the ISOT in 2008 and launched in South America with Rosa, who is still with the business today. In 2012, we had 10 million in sales. When we were in 2013, we had a successful launch with these 3 families, the Lloyds, the Portis family, and the Scott family. And they are with the company as we speak. In 2018, we had over 250 million in sales. I want to talk to you about our first product we had was the NutriBurst. It wasn't the tea. He didn't create it, but he found someone to create it, and then he marketed that product. And that was our flagship. We have 15 offices, 200 employees, over 85,000 life changers who have said yes. We ship to over 150 countries. We are absolutely debt-free, culturally diverse, which is one of my favorite things about this company. And we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Now, right now, all over the internet, you can hashtag 3033. And if you want to know what that is our 3033 kit, guys. We don't just tell you use the products, because you got to move, like Angela said today in her meeting, 30 minutes a day, 30 days with 3 of our products. And the first product is this ISO Detox Tea. If you are living and breathing, you should be detoxing your body. every single week to keep your organs cleansed, to keep your upper and lower intestines cleansed. But when you clean it out, just like you clean out a car with an oil change, you've got to refuel your body with the right supplements. And that's what the NutriBurst is going to do. It has a 98% absorption rate, and it is the equivalent of the nutrients of 10 green salads. And then to get that extra boost, my favorite product, the NRG, the energy. How do you think I can do this over and over again? This energy, NRG, gives me, it burns 300 calories per pill, and you can take up to 2 a day. So that's 600 calories that I am burning on a clean stomach because I'm detoxing. That's why I have the energy that I have. And the NutriBurst will give you that energy as well. So you got a clean system, you got nutrients, and you got energy. You can't beat that. So what about this coffee? Does anybody out there drink coffee? Just about everybody drinks coffee. So why not get paid on what you're drinking anyway? We got that Delgada, and this is that Slimming coffee, ladies. It's my favorite. It has the chaga extract and the Garcinia cambogia in it. If you just want your black coffee, we've got that too, but it's got that Ganoderma, which is a very healthy mushroom. I want you to look that up. But that Latin coffee, we've been doing research on it, and it has cordyceps, chaga, and gano. So what is that going to help you with? It's going to help you with your libido. It's also going to help people who assist people who have cancer as well. It has gano in it. It also helps people who have breathing issues, such as myself. I have asthma, so it assists me with that. And it already has the creamer already in it. So when you pull up to Starbucks to get your coffee, do they give you cash back? Absolutely not. But what about buying your coffee from yourself? Just redirect your spending, like Miss Destiny Riley tells us to do. It's amazing how much money you can save just by being a customer to yourself. Then we have this extreme weight loss. I told you guys I was a size 26. So, you know, I needed a little boost. I needed weight loss surgery in a bottle. And that's exactly what I got with this resolution drop. I wasn't the only one to use it. We have Angela Jackson from Chicago. Angela lost over 140 pounds on our products. And those of you who want to use the NRG, but you may have an aversion to natural caffeine, we got the life drops for you. You're going to get that energy without those nasty B12 shots, but you still get the B12. Isn't that amazing? Over 140 pounds. And let me tell you, she's not a one-off. We've got over 15 people on our personal teams that have lost over 100 pounds. So all I can say is it works, it absolutely works. So I want you all to understand now, we need social proof because some people just don't believe until you can show them the proof of some things that happen. So I'm going to take a minute and I want to share this proof with you with one of our team leaders from Shaw. Sharing health and wealth is what our team means. I want to introduce you all right now to Mr. Bruce. And Mr. Bruce, I want you to unmute your line. Are you unmuted?
I absolutely am. How are you, Coach K?
I am wonderful. So let's just start off and let the people get to know you a little bit. What is your current occupation? What do you do currently?
Well, I have quite a diversified number of things that I do, but full-time, I actually am a case manager at a nonprofit veterans organization. I also own a small company, which I'll talk about in a little while. And I also am a life changer in TLC, and I am absolutely fired up and excited about it.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for serving our veterans. I, like many others, come from a family of individuals that have people who serve in the military. My twin sister is a chief in the Navy. So I thank you so much for making sure that our veterans are not forgotten about. I take my hats off to you supremely for that. So tell me, when exactly were you introduced to TLC?
I was first introduced to TLC in 2015 and did a great first run and then took a break, and I'll tell more about that in a little while. And then I relaunched recently with Mr. Birchfield, and this incredible team and this phenomenal core system.
Well, you know what? I'm going to get us some T-shirts to say the second time around, because this is my second time. It's my second time, too. But I can tell you this is 1,000 times better than the first time. So welcome back, sir. And what products did you use, and what were your results? I've got a picture of you down here, and I see that you were already pretty fit, but there is definitely a difference.
Well, I started out actually. I was probably one of those. Well, I wasn't probably. I was a skeptic. Okay, and so the first product that I used and I still use today, every single day. I love coffee, and so I started out with Delgada. And my first 7 days, I lost over 7 pounds with just drinking coffee, nothing else. Didn't make a change to my diet. I still like sweets today, okay, but I love coffee. Every morning I get up and I'll drink 2 to 3 cups of Delgado a day just because I love it.
Oh my goodness, that Delgado for me, that is one of the things. There are 2 things in our line of products that I use when I have cravings. I will take a shot of NutriBurst and get me a Delgado, and it has helped because my brain tells me to go pick up the cake and the chocolate and other things. But when I use that, it absolutely helps me. But we have men that lose weight, so it's so good to have a testimony from a man who's done it. And we've got several men like Larry McKissick that had lost a great deal of weight. So it's good to know that it's not just for women, that you've done a great job with it as well. So what, I understand that you had, some upheaval to come in your life. Tell us all, what financial event made TLC vital for you and your family?
Well, I appreciate that question, definitely. I'll even go on to say this in reference to products and health. My first run in 2015, I lost 40 pounds in 45 days. My wife lost 78 pounds in 90 days. And even though, I took a break for a while, and I'll tell you about that from a financial perspective, I never stopped using the products until recently I really kicked it back into high gear. Just in the I made a commitment to Nina that I was going to drop 20 pounds between now and the time we go to Waco, and so I'm already down 7 pounds in about a little over a week, and not quite a week and a half.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So you had a weight loss story before. When you came in, you were able to maintain most of the weight, and now you're losing even more weight this second time around. I wanted just to ask you what at this point, because you have several businesses, and most oftentimes people who have businesses won't look at this type of business, especially if they're traditionally a CEO or a very high up in the corporate ladder, or if they own, several personal businesses. What would you tell someone who owns their own business and they have a 6 or 7 figure salary, or even a little less, but they feel comfortable? What would your advice be? And tell me a little bit about what you and your wife went through.
Okay. Well, I'm thrilled to tell that, even though it was when I was going through it, it was absolutely heart-wrenching, to go through it. I've been through it twice. I've been on the top of the mountain. I've been in the valley, laying on the side of the mountain twice. And I'll tell you just a real quick version of a really long story. That back to turn the clock back for a minute, back to 2009. And I was a jet-setting corporate executive in the insurance industry. And I was, all over the place and, making a lot of money, chasing dollars, traveling much like yourself, and crisscrossing, all over the place, taking cruises, yada, yada. And all of a sudden one day, I got a letter in the mail and it said, "We're no longer accepting new business." Well, in the insurance industry, that's a death knell. And the company went bankrupt, and I lost $350,000 in one day. Okay. 23 years of work gone like vapor. Okay. And, got, sorry.
That's okay.
God works in intentional ways. Okay. And 2 months after that happened, our oldest son was in the military, and he was injured on active duty. He was about ready to go to a voluntary deployment to Afghanistan. He was injured and came home, and he was bedridden for 2 years, and I became his caretaker. Okay. My wife had to go and travel. At that time, we lived in Tennessee. She traveled from there to Atlanta just to make enough money to support us for 2 years. And it was brutal because we didn't see each other. You know, a lot. I don't want to go too deep into the story, but it was very, very tough. And so we ended up moving to Texas in middle of 2011, because we came here searching for medical care for our son, our oldest son, to help him walk again. And we found through the VA system and the good Lord above that you know, he walks today, he works, he drives, he's got an awesome career, he's married, owns a home. But it was a long process. Okay. And so one thing I didn't know what I was going to do when I got out here. I didn't have a career, had no job, no income, came out here, and all I knew was to work hard. And so I actually started a business. I don't even remember where I come up with $1,000, but I started if you're married, can you imagine your husband coming home and saying, honey, I'm going to go start a jerky business? Okay. Well, that's what I did. I actually started an exotic jerky company with $1,000, and every single day I would go out and I would go convenience store to convenience store, bars, restaurants, gun shops, gun shows on weekends, and I would hawk exotic jerky. I didn't make it, I sold it, I distributed it, okay? And I built from that point in 2011 up until 2017. I still have that company, but it's a skeleton compared to what it used to be. And I'll tell you why in a moment. But I built that company up to about a $700,000 a year business in revenue from the room that I'm sitting in right here. Okay. And what happened was in the latter part of 2017, what ended up happening was two of my largest clients within a 90-day span of time went out of business. And I lost about $400,000 in revenue in 90 days. Okay. No advance notice, you know, and it was another big, you know, I ended up in the valley. I'll just say it that way. Okay. At that time I was already in TLC. I was building, doing well. You know, at that time I was an executive director, climbing, you know, and all of a sudden this major hit, you know, hit us. And what I found was, you know, it was tough. It's, you know, and we're not on the top of the mountain yet. We're climbing it. Okay. But we're, you know, we're going to be there. And, you know, my wife works in property management. You know, she works long days, long hours. I work long hours. I get up 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, do what I have to do for my other business, and then go to work from 8 to 5, get out, and I drive an hour into downtown Dallas in traffic, get off at 5, drive an hour and a half home, and start the rest of my day, you know, back with my other business and build my TLC business, and then on weekends. Okay. I have very limited amount of time. Anybody that tells you they don't have time, they're lying to themselves. Okay. I firmly believe that. I'm going to say some things tonight. I'm just a kind of a black and white, you know, guy. I just say it like it is. And yes. So if I hit hard, you know, hopefully you can handle that. Okay. That's all I can say. But you know, what I found over time was that you absolutely have to build your well, or dig your well before you're thirsty. Because if you don't, when life hits you, and it will, okay, as Les Brown says, when life knocks you down, hope it knocks you on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And that's what I've done. Okay.
I am so, first of all, I am so happy that your son recovered, and that his life is prosperous, and that you were there to be his caretaker, because again, God works in great ways. It's not mysterious to him because he already knows.
Very intentional.
just take my hat off to you, because I started my business, my consulting firm from nothing. Like, we had no clients, we had nothing. I started it with a dream, and when you build something from the ground up, and then it just diminishes, you're looking at all the years, all the family vacations that you missed, and dinners, and all the things that you sacrificed to really make something to serve other people. That had to be hurtful. Not only did you get up once, but you got up twice. And I'm going to tell you, that's what TLC stands for, being a life changer. You have no idea of how this interview is going to change people's lives who have failed, not from something that they did, but failed and they don't want to try again. Mm-hmm. Thank you for trying again. Thank you for saying yes again. You are absolutely going to climb your way to the top. Not only are you going to get to the mountaintop, sir, but you are going to take a great deal of people with you just due to your knowledge and your humility. I am completely, utterly blessed by this. This absolutely was a millionaire conversation, not just because of the money, but you are a millionaire in your integrity. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, one thing that I'm going to say, and then I'll be quiet, because I can certainly talk a lot. Okay. But the one thing that I will say, I don't care if you're on the top of the mountain, on the side of the mountain, or in the valley, it is all a mindset. Okay. Because one of the things that I do, I actually do street outreach. In fact, tomorrow afternoon, I will be downtown at 2 p.m. in downtown Dallas, and I do street outreach with the homeless population, okay? Homeless veterans and non-veterans alike. And what I find, the reason I say this, and I work in that environment every day, all right? And the thing that I find is that even that situation is a mindset, okay? There are people that that are dealing with circumstances, and for whatever reason, they end up, they end up in that type of a situation, but they fight and they grasp and they dig that well, and they do whatever they have to do to make their family whole again, or themselves, or whatever. And there's others that, and I'm not being demeaning to anyone, okay? I treat everybody with respect and dignity, but there's others that they live a life by choice, okay? And so whether, whatever it may be, wherever you're at in your life, keep this in mind. Wherever you're at today is because of our past choices, decisions, and actions. And so what I'm telling you is fix the mindset. And because I had a lot of work to do on myself, and that, especially that second time around, okay, it knocked me on my back big time. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And the last thing I wanted to do was go get a job. And I'm not saying anything bad about jobs, but that wasn't me. And I actually worked 7 months for a towing company. Nobody ever called me and said, thank you for towing my car, okay? And I couldn't do it anymore. And so thank God I get up every morning and I can impact people's lives in a positive way. But, through this veteran nonprofit that I work with, what I'm just saying, wherever we're at in our life, if we're not a tree, as I was once told, we can change where we're at in our life just by changing our mindset. So, that's the best thing I can tell you.
Well, Bruce, I want to thank you so very much for coming on this call and being my special guest. And just like you said, we are born looking like our parents, but we die looking like our choices. So I just appreciate the fact that you made the right choice and that you said yes again, and you completely have Team Shaw support. We are all going to get there together. We're going to walk up that mountain together because we are all life changers. And I appreciate you, and you have a very, very strong spouse, and thank her for us, because I believe that you have just begun to change the lives that you are going to change. So again, I want to thank you so very much for your time. Now, for those of you who are on the call and you want to know, this has been great. I'm interested. Show me how, to dig my well ahead of time. We're going to do that with our compensation plan. I'm going to go through this quickly because you've got a leader that you're going to be able to go to, and they're going to be able to explain the nuts and bolts of this to you. I'm just going to go through it as quickly as I can. We've got 5 ways to get paid. So I want you to think about you having 5 different bank accounts that you have access to, and you get to decide which ones you're going to get paid from. That's exactly what we have here at Total Life Changes. First of all, as a retail customer, we have retail products like the tea that I showed you, and the NutriBurst and the NRG. All 3 of these products have point value. The point value is 40. Your commission from the point value is 50%. So if you share a pack of tea with someone who needs to get healthy, it's a 40-point value. You're going to get 50% of that. You're going to get a $20 bill. That's the first way that we get paid. And guess what? You don't need a team for that. So if you're one of those people, I want to do that, but I don't want to grow a team, guess what? You don't have to grow a team, and this is your first account that you'll get paid from. The second way to get paid, we call it the Austin Curry Freeman bonus. And the reason we do that, that young man on the screen was homeless. And of course, he probably felt the same way as some of these other individuals, like he had no hope, but he had hope. Somebody shared the tea with him, showed him the commission structure, and it's the same thing when you sign someone up. He signed up 2 people. The first person, he signed them up, it was 500 in volume. The second person, it was 1,500 in volume, giving him a total volume in 2 hours of 2,000. 2,000 in volume ended up being 50% commission. He made $1,000 in 2 hours. That's why we call that the fast start bonus. That's the second way that you can get paid with us. And guess what? No team needed there. So if you want to get paid 2 ways without growing a team, the first and second way, you have it. But if you want to add to that, then you will have to build a team. And it is so easy. If you remember playing seesaw back in the day, you had somebody on the right, you had somebody on the left. The name of this game is just to keep it balanced. And the best part about growing a team, once you start growing your team, all the money that comes through your binary, you're going to get paid up from 12% to 20% from the company off the gate. And there's only a $20,000 cap weekly on that. Not monthly, not yearly, but weekly. So every single week, if you grow your team the right way, you can grow up to 20,000 every single week. That is awesome. And if you want to get paid a 4th way, it's the matching bonus. This is our favorite because it's that 50 match bonus. That means that you're not working for anyone. I'm like him. I don't like working for other people. You're not working for TLC. You are a partner with TLC because when you enroll people, you're going to automatically get 50% commission of their volume that comes through. It doesn't come from them, it comes from TLC. But what happens when they enroll somebody? You're gonna get anywhere from 10 to 50% depending upon your rank. So you could turn around and be making 50% off of the people you enroll and 50% off the people they enroll because you train them how to build their team properly. So it's like a training bonus that the company is going to give you. And when you advance to national director, as many of us have, you are going to get a lifestyle bonus every time you hit your national numbers 3 times out of 4. That bonus is going to be $1,500 a month. In addition to, now I want you to think about these 5 ways to get paid. They don't take one from you because you made another bonus. You get paid all 5 ways when you qualify in the same week. $1,500, not for a pink car, not for a Tesla. It has your name on it. If you want to have a super Saturday like they did in Chicago, you can do that. You want to buy extra products for your team to share, you can do that. If you want to pay your own mortgage and pay for the car that you selected, you can do that because the check has your name on it. It is a thank you for the nationals and above for them qualifying with their number. So that is definitely a rank that you want to hit and hit it as soon as you can. And the 6th way to get paid, guys, was obvious today in Chicago. I call it the Team Jacksons in Chicago, had their Super Saturday. They had our our global directors, Philip Birchfield and Jackie Birchfield, there on the scene. And let me tell you about this 6 way to get paid. There were many of us across the country and in other countries that wanted to be there, and we could not. And we had Christine. She went in, she videoed the whole thing and put it on live so that all of our teammates could be there. That's the type of thing that we do. That's why the 6 way to get paid is the people that you meet and the relationships that you build for a lifetime. Now, you never want to join a company that has 1 or 2 products and they never make changes and they never grow. You don't have to worry about that with us. We have new products that are always being released. We have the Pro Z that's coming out that's going to help people who need to sleep, who are, on a high diet, a high caloric diet. We have the Slim Paste. You're going to be able to brush your teeth and it's going to assist with your metabolism and help you with sugar cravings. And the CBD revolution that they're already saying is going to be $20 billion next year. Not only do we have the CBD oil in Harmony, we have the Alleviate in a cream that you can put on places that ail you, and it's going to assist with that. We also have the CBD oil mixed with the tea. So if you thought we were getting $100 weight loss stories before, stay tuned. They have already started shipping it out, guys. We are excited. We're checking the mailbox and the front door every day waiting on those. And I wanted to, again, just reiterate, in North Carolina, we are having a Super Saturday. So if you want to get up close and personal with our global marketing directors, Mr. Philip Birchfield and Ms. Jackie Birchfield, and also with our national director, Angela Jackson, I want you all to go to Eventbrite. If you are guests, your tickets are absolutely free. If you're IBOs, it's just $10 to have millionaire conversations. We want it packed completely out because we want more life changers. And there are so many people that have never heard about us, and we can change people's health and their wealth. So also every day, and you're thinking, well, if I get into this business, how am I going to have help? I don't know where to start. Well, every day we have 2 calls, one at 4 p.m. Eastern and one at 9 p.m. Eastern, with different leaders that you can send your team to help them grow and you grow until you know what you know. So we're excited about that as well. So I want to ask you one last question. What is your health and wealth number? If you're a 1, you're saying, look, I'm already a millionaire. I have everything that I need except health. I'm not interested in the business portion, but I would love to get some of your products. Thank you so very much. Contact the person that called you so we can get products in your hand. Also, if you're a number 2, you're saying, listen, I want you to break that comp plan down a little more for me, but I'm going to go. That is wonderful if you're a 2. And if you're a 3, you're saying, look, just send me your link. Let me get hooked up with my free website and my free back office, my free personal assistant, so I can start my business, not now, but right now. Contact the person that invited you to this call so that you can get involved as soon as possible. So now we're going to break. For anyone that has any questions, I'm going to turn this back over to Kamoria Ford. And if you have any questions, we're going to be here for about 5 minutes to answer your questions. And I am Coach K, the National Marketing Director for TLC. I want to thank Bruce. I want to thank all of you all for coming, and just let you know it is time to make a total life change. Not now, but right now.
Wow, is all I can say. This was an absolutely amazing, amazing call. Bruce, we thank you so much for being the guest on this evening. We thank you for sharing your heart with us, and just, absolutely amazing. And I think one of the things that I can appreciate so very much is that each time that there's a guest on the call and they come and they share their testimony, it's always something different. That everybody has a different experience in life. Everybody has a different walk in life. But to see how this business is changing their lives, changing stories, changing the health, and just the overall perspective, it is absolutely amazing. So again, sir, we thank you so very much. Coach K, as always, you did an amazing job. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the presentation on this evening. And again, guys, like she said, if you have any questions, we're going to be on the line for a few more minutes. If anybody wants anything to say, I am going to unmute everyone.
Thank you. It was an honor to be here.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So you did an awesome, awesome job. Awesome job. So I have unmuted everyone's lines. So if anyone has any questions, comments, please feel free.
Different information. Oh yeah, you show and see.
Awesome job.
Great call, Coach K.
I want to thank you guys. Thank
job.
On that boat, go somewhere different tomorrow. So that works for me. I don't have to stay in one spot.
You guys need to
As long as it's beautiful with the beach.
Any business people have.
Now we went to I also say Ocho Rios. I was like pairing up.
Everybody needs that safety net. You need to go out there and make it happen.
Yes, Bruce. Everybody needs that safety net. Yeah, I don't care what kind of business owner you are. You got to have a safety net.
Hey, the way I look at this business, and I didn't say it before, we have no clients.
Philip Birchfield.
Hey.
How's Team Chicago doing out there?
Wonderful. Great job.
Thank you so much. You guys did an amazing job in Chicago. I want to thank Christine again for Coleman for recording it. It was awesome.
Hey, Mr. Birchfield.
Hi, Daryl.
Hey, Bruce. Great job, Bruce.
Hey, I got a question for you. I hear it's nice and warm in Chicago. Is that true?
It sure is. It sure is. It's hot.
Well, we're expecting 65 to 70 degrees in Dallas tomorrow, so I just thought I'd mention that.
It was just what 50 below, and now it's 40 something. So yeah, 90 degrees different.
All right. Good seeing you.
Do we have anyone with any questions out there? We got any guests that may have questions?
All right, guys. Well, we're going to end the call. Thanks, everyone, for being on the call this evening. And again, we'll be back on tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We will have a poster up so we'll know who our speakers will be. Make sure that you have your guests on the call. Everyone have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. Be blessed.